Good day. This is Ray Anthony Rodriguez of Meralco of the Philippines. I will be discussing Viber chat groups and how we handle customer concern in the year 2020. Here is my outline. Meralco is the biggest distribution utility in the Philippines, and it celebrates 118 years of service in 2021. We have covers 36 cities and 75 municipalities. Our franchise area covers 9,685 square kilometers, which is 3% of Philippine land area and 25% of Philippine population, with 7.1 million customer accounts and 43,572 gigawatt hours produced for the year 2020. Our area covers the National Capital Region with 16 cities and 1 municipality, and the industrial area of Calabarzon, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon, and then the province of Bulacan and some parts of Pampanga. Our area is being serviced by 10 operational sectors strategically located in our franchise area. We have a call center operations working 24/7 and 30 business center. We segmentize in 2010 to 2011 our customer through residential customers, biz customer handling 5 kilowatts to 499 kilowatts, and Meralco Corporate Business Group with 500 kilowatt and up, and conglomerates. Our relationship managers are teamed into 7: construction, consumer goods, real estate, leisure and entertainment, food and beverage, electronics and automotive, and utilities. That is the private sector team. While the public sector handles national government agencies, and helping them, supporting them in their applications and concern is the technical services team from North, West, East, and South, and our energy solutions team. Here is how we distribute electricity. It comes from a generation plant, transmission line, delivery point substation, then sub-transmission line, distribution substation, primary distribution line, then the distribution transformer, secondary distribution line, and then the customer. This is how our typical radial and loop circuit looks like. We have a main line, and usually circuits are connected by remote control line switches, which is usually open, and then we have sublateral lines and lateral lines, and eventually the transformer. Customer can send their complaints and concern through their our call center, but for a corporate business group, they can send it through our relationship managers or technical services engineer with the following data. And our operations located at sectors usually do this process in order to make sure that the power will be restored. We have also business contingencies for typhoon, usually for possible terrorist attack, for the possible earthquake, which is we call the big one, tsunami, and then the pandemic. And this is how we prioritize our system restoration. Usually, we start with 230 kV, 115 kV, and 69 kV lines. Then 115 kV to 34.5 substations. Then feeder with essential services. And then all other feeders, and then customer-owned services and substation. We prioritize complaints that endangered lives. Then vital infrastructure. And third, facilities serving large number of customers. We are ready for many most common power outages that happens in our distribution. And for corporate business group, we have relationship managers that handles the needs and dreams of these corporate businesses. So we're being used in order to handle their concerns, our Microsoft Outlook, our Salesforce, our CMS V10, which is almost legacy software. We use SMS messages, text messages. We have our GPS and also software included in the trucks of our crew. Microsoft Teams being used now, especially since 2020. Workplace chat, and then Viber. This is how we handle usually the customer concern for corporate customers. Our relationship managers receive their messages of concerns and complaints, and then they relay it to the operations radio room. Our operations radio room assign it to our field crew in order to respond to their concern. However, due to the number of our relationship manager, sometimes the emails of our relationship manager may or not be responded by the sector on time. Or our technical services engineer may be able to call our operations. However, they are not sure if the RMs have already called the sectors. So there must be another way to correct that. And one of that is initially through the electronics and automotive team, they have a Viber group, especially for relationship manager. And for this initial is the FPIP Industrial Subdivision, and then the underground field crew under the sector. This is how it started first. Now, what are the advantages of Viber? Well, for Meralco, all essential employees has company cell phones and numbers. All smart telephone numbers, which is our telecoms partner and family within the MVP group, have data plans. Third, it is independent of Meralco internal communication system, so it is not susceptible to the same vulnerabilities during business continuity management situation. What else? It's easy to create Viber chat groups in Viber. 5. As long as you know the personal assigned company telephone numbers, they can be added to the chat groups. 6. Messages in chat groups are seen by everyone in the group. 7. Sent messages are easily verified if seen or read by the intended recipients by using the function info, as you can see in the screen. Then, send messages when seen are dated and timestamped, so you'll know when they saw it. Intended offices of send messages are sort of obligated to provide feedback without the sender saying so. So there's no hard pressure on the intended recipient. Also, customer can send documents and pictures through Viber, and the relationship manager or technical services engineer can forward this to the network offices also through Viber. You can easily make different Viber chat groups per industry, per sector, or combination of such. Messages are also available 24/7 for cell phone or its laptop version. And finally, Viber is one of the most secure and most common communication apps available out there. It is encrypted. It uses end-to-end encryption. It protects messages from being read by third party. The message coming from your device is encrypted before it is sent to your contact. It can be only read after it reaches the receiving device. So how did we go through the process of acceptance? First, we have a South Council handling network offices and CRS offices. The chairman is from Distribution Connection Design. And I have to convince him so that he will support it as a group project. So the meter, the logistics, the distribution, the contract admin, and everyone else involved in serving the customer is part of the South Council. I also get the support of our CBG head and technical services head, which is the immediate CRS hierarchy. So for this process of acceptance, we did this for for the sector of Parañaque, Dasmariñas, Santa Rosa, and San Pablo. Then we have approval by the South PCA Council Working Committee. We run it through them and get their feedback and suggestion. And then we have a pilot run with the 4 sectors of the South area in the year 2018. Then eventually, we presented it to the monthly South Council meeting headed by the South Distribution Head. And it was approved. And then in year 2020, it was wholeheartedly supported by the Santa Rosa sector head and his sector, where most of the industrial parks are located. So, the technical services engineer are now part of the Viber chat groups, besides the relationship manager. And for non-BCM scheme or usual scheme, this is how it looks. The relationship manager, the technical services engineer, the sector operations, and the crew are part of the Viber groups. However, year 2020 came, the year of perfect storm. Besides SARS-CoV-2, we have 3 strong typhoons and 1 volcanic eruption. So we made adjustment for this BCM situation. The private sector teams are grouped into 7, the public sector team into 1, and they send their messages of concern or complaints of their customer to the technical services engineer. There is 1 technical services engineer per sector per shift. So the 4 South sectoral operation, Parañaque, Dasmariñas, Santa Rosa, and San Pablo, have only 1 spoke to talk to CRS, Corporate Business Group. So it simplifies the messages and there is no overflow of messages coming from the relationship manager. So during the Taal volcano eruption and subsequent trouble with Ashfall after 2 weeks, January 17, January 28, we were able to restore 245 customers and 223 customers during that time through these Viber chat groups. And we learned a lot. So we make sure that we will be able to tell this to our customers and make sure that they are also ready for subsequent events in the future. Then we have Typhoon Molave or Quinta on October 25, 2020. And this now involves 10 sectors, wherein 71 corporate accounts were restored. Typhoon Rolly, October 31, 2020, wherein 53 corporate accounts restored. The stronger Ulysses, November 11, 2020, where 392 corporate accounts were restored. During these typhoons, this BCM adjustment was also used so that the sectors will not be flooded with messages coming from the RM. There is only 1 spoke per sector. For this, thank you for listening, and for my colleagues and superiors, maraming salamat po. Thank you for listening, and for my colleagues and superiors, maraming salamat.
Thank you for your presentation, Engineer Ray Anthony Rodriguez. We'll now open the floor for the question and answer. Let us begin with the first question, Engineer Ray. Are there existing communication softwares or apps in your organization? Why was there a need for a Viber chat?
Good morning. Thank you for that question. Yes, we have internal communications like based on the Salesforce application, and also we use MMS Upload. For our customers, they can access us through social media, through telephone lines, through text. However, it is the flexibility or versatility of Viber uh, that can connect the customer to our relationship manager, technical services engineer, and also our operations team. That's why we need that Viber or similar to that application.
Engineer Ray, is this more suited for industrial and commercial customers only?
Due to the volume of calls, I would say that we cannot add residential customers yet for this type of communication. But industrial customers and commercial customers who are under relationship manager of these and corporate partners would be able to send their concerns immediately, and relationship manager and technical services engineer will be able to give their feedback also immediately to the customers and their
Talking of
representatives.
feedback, how was the response time or the resolution to the concerns reported through Viber chat?
As per ideally, it should be within 1 hour. Our crew should be on site. However, for the year of 2020 and 2021, we have 3 to 4 hours response time. That means the crew will arrive on site. However, they have still to assess what happens at the customer site, if it's a load side or line side, or if they have brought the right equipment, right fuse rating, and then they have to go back. But if it's simple, they can restore the power within the 3 to 4 hours.
Given the 3 to 4 hours, do you think industrial and commercial customers prefer this method and channel on reporting concerns?
The problem with others like text base or telephone lines is that you cannot make a succeeding follow-up or feedback to the customer. Sometimes our crew also need help from our customers in entering industrial subdivision for their work permits, and also from the relationship manager in bridging the communication between the customer and our crew. So in the future, we need something like this that can instantly bridge our customer to our operations team, our network partners.
Okay, so this would mean that members in that Viber group chat really need to pay attention to all incoming messages.
Yes, I'm happy that to say that in the South region, where I was detailed for year 2020, the sector heads are very appreciative and helpful and supportive of these Viber chat groups.
We would like to thank you, Engineer Ray, for your answers to the questions. For additional questions, you may reach our presenter through the email shown on screen. Unanswered questions will be forwarded to the author, and you may expect his response within 24 to 48 hours. Let us now proceed with the awarding of Certificate of Appreciation. This is presented to Engineer Ray Anthony Rodriguez for your invaluable contribution to the success of CEPSI 2021, the Energy Digicon of Asia Pacific, by sharing your insights and learnings on the topic Viber chat groups and customer concerns in 2020, given this 18th of November 2021. Signed by Ronnie L. Aperocho, Secretary General ASIAP, and Ray C. Espinosa, President of ASIAP. Once again, on behalf of CEPSI ASIAP 2021 Organizing Committee, thank you very much, Engineer Ray Anthony Rodriguez. We would like to thank you for your active participation in this session.
Good morning. Thank you for that question. Yes, we have internal communications like based on the Salesforce application, and also we use MMS Upload. For our customers, they can access us through social media, through telephone lines, through text. However, it is the flexibility or versatility of Viber uh, that can connect the customer to our relationship manager, technical services engineer, and also our operations team. That's why we need that Viber or similar to that application. Due to the volume of calls, I would say that we cannot add residential customers yet for this type of communication. But industrial customers and commercial customers who are under relationship manager of these and corporate partners would be able to send their concerns immediately, and relationship manager and technical services engineer will able to give their feedback also immediately to the customers and their representatives. As per ideally, it should be within 1 hour. Our crew should be on site. However, for the year of 2020 and 2021, we have 3 to 4 hours response time. That means the crew will arrive on site. However, they have still to assess what happens at the customer site, if it's a load side or line side, or if they have brought the right equipment, right fuse rating, and then they have to go back. But if it's simple, they can restore the power within the 3 to 4 hours. The problem with others like text base or telephone lines is that you cannot make a succeeding follow up or feedback to the customer. Sometimes our crew also need help from our customers in entering industrial subdivision for their work permits, and also from the relationship manager in bridging the communication between the customer and our crew. So in the future, we need something like this that can instantly bridge our customer to our operations team, our network partners. Yes, I'm happy that to say that in the South region where I was detailed for year 2020, the sector heads are very appreciative and helpful and supportive of these Viber chat groups.